here. Don't be bashful. Come up.
Yeah.
We won't make you stand up and introduce yourself. Come in.
No.
Not yet. Bring them around. So before we get started, well, welcome to A Million Cups. My name is Wendy Taylor, and I'm the CF Incubator Manager here in Lake County. So welcome all of you to this morning's meeting. Do we have any first timers this morning? We must. I see a lot of new faces. And we've got some microphone passers. We're going to go around the room and just give us your name and your company name.
Hi, my name is Allison Long. I'm with Hanson Recovery. We've got my addiction recovery houses in Eustis.
Great. Welcome. Who else is new? Put your hand up. Yeah, right here.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bob Blanchett. I'm an educational psychologist and counselor, and I operate solo.
When you announce yourself, stand up so we can look at your beautiful smile.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm good. Pass the mic down. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Cameron Kelly. I'm the owner of Freelance Chiropractic over in Eustis off 441. It's great to meet everybody.
Who else is in that? Yes.
Hi, my name is Savannah Green, and I'm with James Co. Builders, and we are commercial general contractor serving Florida.
Welcome.
Kay Ackerman with the City of Eustis, Public Relations Manager.
My name is Michael Body. I'm the owner of Body Rehab and Performance, 2 blocks down the street, North on Bay Street. If you need physical therapy or looking for someone to evaluate you, please come see me. I'll give you a card. I'd love to talk to you.
Hi, my name is Katie, and I actually just busted my knee, so I might need some of the physical therapy. But, so I own Big Shot Marketing and Design, so we do like web design, Google marketing, all that good stuff. Welcome.
My name is Cal Kimball. We do custom CNC machining and we also restore antique airplanes.
Good morning, my name is Evelyn Reyes. I'm visiting from Ocala. I'm the new Vice President of Business Creation for the Ocala Metro and Economic Partnership.
Who else have we got?
In the back there?
Got in the back?
I'm Jeanette McIntosh. I'm a realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Florida Realty in Mount Dora. I'm also the first vice president of the Women's Council of Realtors in Rose Lake. So if you're interested in forming a sponsorship alliance, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else? Any other new folks?
I'm Robin Kimball. I'm with United Southern Bank, and this is a wonderful place. I love this.
We can thank George and Pam right there.
Good morning. I'm Rick Levan. I'm also with United Southern Bank. I'm with USB Investment Management.
Great. Other new folks? Did we get everybody? Oh. John's not new.
I have another reason to know that I might.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome. Thank you for coming. And be sure to join us next week. We meet every Wednesday from 8:30 to 10, and it's free to come, free to present. So if you can take a minute, you can find us online. There's our Wi-Fi and password right there. If you can go ahead and check in, everybody hold your phone up and scan the QR code. We would appreciate that. And we are streaming live on Facebook. Delaney is handling our Facebook feed. So if friends and family that are not with us today, if you want to text them and say, hey, hop into our Facebook, they are welcome to participate and ask questions at the end. And Delaney will deliver the questions for us. Everybody got that? Okay, so I'd like to introduce Pam and George. They are the owners of this building. George, do you want to introduce yourself and any other special folks that we've got in the room today?
Good morning. Welcome. Just to officially announce, this breaks our record for the biggest attendance here. Surpassed all of our previous numbers. Thank you to Lead for bringing Ray and Lead for bringing 1 million cups. For an opportunity for us to help each other in our community. public service, as I learned this morning, sometimes drives and doesn't go unappreciated. So I'd like to introduce Marie Alberti, the president of the Chamber of Commerce here in Eustis, Kathleen Dowell with the county, Jermaine with the county over there as well, who do an endless amount of effort to make this possible. The county being a big supporter of the UCF incubator as well. I thought I saw Gary Ashcraft here somewhere. Where is he?
Gary, he stepped out.
He stepped out, Gary Ashcraft, one of the commissioners of the city of Eustis, who voted to support this program as well. I know I'm probably missing somebody, Pam, who am I missing? Who's the lady?
I was paying attention to Facebook, my bad.
And then we have Evelyn from CEP. She is the driving force of economic development really in the entire Marion and Lake County area. We're lucky to have her. And then I've got one person I just wanted everybody to acknowledge, my favorite grandfather who turns 82 today, sitting in the back. Trying to hide. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting each other. Public service is important to Pam and I and to our community, and it starts right here. Hope you enjoy today.
Great, thank you. So just a couple of housekeeping items, if we can refrain from any side talking and while the presenters presenting. Thank you to our sponsors. We have Foxtail Coffee for the coffee and United Southern Bank for the bagels and donuts. So we already introduced the first time attendees. I'm a little ahead of myself here, sorry. So what is 1 million cups? Has anybody been to a chapter outside of Lake County? Anybody gone to the Orlando one? Okay. And it runs, so all of the Million Cups chapters run the same way, right? Did you experience that? It's run the same way, so it's pretty neat. So if you find yourself on a Wednesday around 9 in the morning and you can't come to our chapter, you're welcome to go to any of the others. We all run the same way, so it's a pretty neat concept. It's about presenters and not pitches, and connections, not networking. So we're not here to sell, we're here to connect. So remember that as you're meeting people throughout the morning. So this is just a quick video we have for you. I'm going to try to get one. Thank you.
Lake County and Eustis. I had the opportunity to speak at it a few weeks back. Great format. Format is basically 2 minutes to talk about yourself, 2 minutes to talk about the product or your business, 2 minutes to then make an ask helping your business out. And then there's 24 minutes of Q&A, entrepreneurs in the audience, businesses in the audience, to help you become a better business. It's a great collaborative effort, people coming together to work together. It's 1 Million Cups. Eustis and Lake County, and I can't say enough good things about it. It was, it had like, we were having like 60 people. It's an event that, it's an event that I would go to again. In fact, I am go to roughly once a month. With that said, kudos to 1 Million Cups. Until next time. 1 Million Cups, Lake County, and you.
That was Banks. Does anybody know Banks? He's down in South Lake. So anyway, if you are interested in giving us your testimonial, we will gladly film you, and would love to put you on the big screen here. So today we're also going to be giving away some swag. We've got some tumblers and some notepads. So did everybody put their business card in the basket when they came in? No? Do we have the, John, do you have the basket by any chance?
I do.
Okay, if you want to put your card in just so we don't forget you, that would be great.
Oh, the fourth that are in here will be very unhappy.
We need to give the fourth some competition, so please put your card in the basket.
Rule number one, put your business card in the basket. Here.
Did you have something to say?
Oh, she put it too.
That's all right, you can
Stuff in the ballot box.
We won't-
Any back here?
we won't see you.
Any more? That's probably the most complete list we've ever had.
Okay, we have all the cards? All right.
All the cards.
All right, thank you. I'm going to hand the mic to John here for a quick second.
No, not now.
Oh, not now, okay. Sorry.
Keep going.
All right, I'm going to keep going. All right, sorry. So if you want to present, do you have a business idea? We've all got business ideas, right? Maybe you want to expand on what you're currently doing and you have something new. If your business is a newer business, 1 to 5 years old, and you've got some concerns with your current business, or you've got concerns with maybe starting a new product line, come here. We would love to have you present, and it's free to present, okay? And you don't have to be a great public speaker to present. Getting up here to speak is hard for a lot of people, but you don't have to be great at it. But it's what's keeping you up at night. So if you are an established business, or you're looking to start something, come see us, come chat with us, because we are looking for presenters, and we'd love to help you get on your way with either your current business, new idea, or new business. So these are the ways to stay connected with us. We are on Facebook, on YouTube. Share this with your friends and family, because we'd love to have them participate. And these are our community organizers. We need more. So if you would like to help us put these meetings together, come talk with us. Any of us here, take a picture of that and come talk with us, because we'd love to have you help out. We love new ideas, and we need more organizers. So we have a question of the day. So this is for the audience participants here. So keep your thinking caps on. What unique challenges have you faced as an entrepreneur, business owner, and how have you overcome them? So we've got our microphone passers here. So raise your hand. Don't all jump at once, but tell us, what is your answer to this question? Anybody? Okay, yes.
So I have the neighbors of Eustis. So not a unique challenge, but how to avoid cold calling? And the answer is under
Yes, okay, great answer. Yeah, give us your name and your business name when you give us your answer. Who else? Yeah.
I would say honestly, employment, hiring the right people, be there, and overcoming that is get involved in the community more and finding outreach programs for people that you wouldn't even think that need a job, or that you would even entertain that until you hooked up with the right people. So basically, get involved in the community more and overcome our employment issue.
I agree. Who else? Delaney.
Delaney with Doing Good Junk Removal. As a junk removal business, we don't have a truck. So that would be a very unique challenge to a junk removal business. And the thought was, well, we can wait until we have a truck. Or the other thought was, if we wait, we'll never start, and therefore we will rent a truck until we have enough money to buy our own.
And is that what you've done? Absolutely. Very good. Just right behind you.
When I first started investing in real estate and I didn't have the capital, I learned how to wholesale properties to get extra money to buy more properties.
Who else?
Very excited with right real estate connection between residential and commercial real estate. One of the unique challenges, I've only been out here 5 years from South Florida. Did really well the first couple of years as a realtor up here, not knowing this area, but had a great broker. But one of the big challenges I faced was COVID. So not having my face out there in the last about 2.5 years during COVID, that really hurt me because I go out and network, and now I have the opportunity to do it again, and I can't emphasize this enough. Social media and everything, it is not very social. Real FaceTime is being in front of people in your community, and this is a lost art. And I can tell you guys, just go out there and network with local people and support your local peers and everybody in the community, because that's the way that you're going to get the most for your business.
Who else? Don't be shy.
Juan with Gutman Air Conditioning. You know, in our business, whether it be service side, we always deal with price. You know, we have good product, but pricing. So I just pulled up something that I've always heard, and it says we offer 3 kinds of service: good, cheap, and fast. You can only pick 2. Good and cheap, but it won't be fast. Fast and good, but it won't be cheap. And cheap and fast, but it won't be good. So think about that.
Sorry, my name's Katie with Big Shot Marketing, and in the last 18 months, we did a lot of networking, mostly in South Florida and a little bit here in Central Florida, and we quadrupled our business in the last 18 months, which is really fun, but now we need more people, so we need people to be able to fill the gaps that I'm currently pulling my hair out for. So that's, we ended up, instead of we don't have enough for certain things for a full-time job, we've been finding really cool contractors and people private photographers, videographers that we work with. So it's kind of helped us, build our team without having to have a crazy amount of capital to be able to bring on somebody full-time. So that's cool.
Anybody else? Yeah,
I'm listening to everybody's, and I thought of something at the last moment. As an entrepreneur myself for almost 4 years, I think one of the most difficult things is balancing family and work. You give up so much, and you sacrifice so much, and sometimes your kids don't realize that. So what I've learned is how to balance things. Probably a little later than I should have learned, but balancing your life with your family. And if you have to do what I do, I brought 4 of the 5 kids with me today, $1 million. So balance is something.
Pam, did you have one? No, I can't about that. Okay. Okay, anybody else? Okay, I have one too. Sorry, Rena. I have one. I think for me, I see a lot of people, it's just the just do it. Like the Nike, just do it. Because we come across all these really, really good ideas. Like, okay, that's a great idea. But do we? A lot of us don't. And I fail at that. And I'll be driving down the road, I go, okay, I need to do that. Okay, when I get to my desk, I'm going to do it. But then we get sideswiped with all this other stuff. So I know for a lot of people, including myself, it's they just do it. So go to your list, pick that first one and just do it. No matter how long it takes, just do it and focus on that. That's what I'm going to do. All right, great. Well, thank you, everybody. So the format, we have one presenter, Deanna. Deanna, where are you? Okay, Deanna's going to be our presenter today. She is with Eustis High School Winter Guard, and she's giving us a 6-minute presentation. And we have 20 minutes we get to give her feedback. So keep your feedback. Okay, we don't want to ramble on and on. We want to make sure we have enough time for everybody to give their feedback. And is the next, okay. Is that, all right, we're going to do that. Okay, so welcome Deanna to the stage and take it away.
Good morning, everyone. I am Deanna Calique with Eustis High School Golden Panther Auxiliary. I realize that a lot of people here are either connected to Eustis High School because we're alumni, we're former teachers, we're educators in the room, and I want to talk to you a little bit about my passion project that I kind of got thrusted into this year, being a new mom of a freshman high schooler. Okay. So first and foremost, these are my babies. I don't refer to them as my kids. For those of you that have kids, I have 3. I have a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old, and an almost 10-year-old. And we span 3 different schools. I actually live in Sorrento. My son is at Eustis High School on a school choice, and that's because he wants to be a pilot and wants to fly military for the Marines. So Eustis High School has a wonderful partnership through the Lake County School Board that they have a dual enrollment program with Embry-Riddle, and they have an aviation program where they teach them how to fly unarmed, flying objects, also known as drones. And they also have a pilot arm where they teach them how to fly planes. So by the time my son is 17 years old, well, he'll be a junior then, he will have his full pilot license because of Lake County schools. Okay. He also, then I have my middle son who's 13, 7th grader at Mount Dora Middle School, we live in Sorrento. And then my almost 10-year-old is a 4th grader at Sorrento Elementary. So this mama drives to 3 different schools every single day. okay? My day starts at like 4:45 in the morning. For you parents out there, solidarity, okay? Solidarity. So today, though, I want to talk to you about this very worthy cause. And I know a lot of you out there have lots of worthy causes that you guys donate your time and your talent and your financial resources to. But this one is near and dear to my heart because personally, I was an auxiliary color guard member when I was in high school in Tampa, Florida, many years ago, over 20 actually. And I served 4 years in my color guard and was part of the band there. And my experience there was so monumental, it shaped the person that I am today. Okay? Outside of what I do as a volunteer position, I do not work for Lake County Schools. I am a level 2 volunteer, and I donate literally oodles of time to Eustis High School and to Lake County because not only do I care about my kids, because I'm a mom, but I also care about these kids that I'm going to talk to you guys about today. Okay? So who are we? This is me, and we're enrolling at our Freedom High School competition. We are an auxiliary. What that really means is that we supplement the band. So when you see us during marching season, you see us moving flags, we have rifles, we have sabers. We are the theatrical arm, literally, of the band halftime show. We also compete competitively during the FBA. You guys, anybody in band here before? Right, so you guys know the competitive marching, we are there and we support the theatrical portion of the band, okay? My team this year, we are made up of freshmen through seniors. We have 2 seniors that will be leaving us, sadly. But most of the team is actually freshmen this year, which means they are brand new members. They have never twirled a rifle, they have never twirled a flag, they have never even seen a saber, which can be dangerous, my friends. Really, really important. 80% of my crew are band members as well. We have different pieces of our band. We have marching season, we have jazz band, and we have concert band. 80% of my group belongs to the band in some shape or form. My son particularly, he's kind of the one right in the middle, tall one in the back. He's the drum line. My friend here, Aaron at the front, he is the section leader for the drum line. We have brass, we have woodwinds, we have it all in the band, okay? But they also are part of auxiliary. 30% of my crew belongs to the JROTC facet of our program. We have a 3.0 GPA. Like I said, 80% of us are brand new, have never done this before, okay? We have 2 seasons. We have marching season, which you see us on the football field at football games. And we also have winter guard season, where we compete competitively around all of the state of Florida, and we add a dance component. So it's more theatrical. It is, we add dance, we add props, and you can see us there with our flags. Our show this year is a love theme, okay? So it's really important to notice the difference. There's 2 different seasons, okay? Marching season and winter guard season. We're currently in winter guard. We're finishing up our season at the end of this month with our championships in Daytona, okay? We have lots of team needs. We have equipment needs, we have funding needs, we have volunteer needs, also known as our roadies. We also have training needs, meaning that because we're so new, we need to bring clinicians to teach them how to properly use the equipment so they don't hurt themselves, and we get better and more competitive and we rank up higher around the state. It's really important for us. And our big questions today are, and this is very unique because most of the time, if you're a parent and you have kids that are in different sports, I know my daughter is in competitive cheerleading, which can be very expensive. My son commands a lot of funding because of his piloting and because of being in the band. And my little guy, he plays golf right now. So that's, for those of you that know about golf, that can be quite exhausting. But my question here today really is, we ask the community a lot for money. Like, can you give us donations? We need your donations. But today I want to know, what are your core value drivers? How can we, as an auxiliary, provide value to you where we can exchange resources, right? We can give you something, in return you can give us something, and it's a win-win exchange. So that's my question number 1. I want you to think about that. Number 2, I'm tired of the traditional, can I please have some money in exchange for some advertising? How else would it matter to you, and how will it make a difference to your business in exchange for that financial resources? What else could we do? Except for ask you for Facebook advertising or on the side of the band, okay? And the last ask that I have for everyone is, who do you know in the community that can provide time and talent to help us reach our goals? I can keep going? Okay. Okay. My last question is, who can we get connected to that can provide time and talent to our auxiliary? Time and talent means anybody who's really crafty in making stage props, right? Those kinds of things, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be a financial donation. It can be your time, your wisdom, your energy, something else besides a financial donation. I do want to go back here because this is really important. Equipment, this is really important to know about Eustis High School. In the last 3 years, they have not had an auxiliary director. I literally came half season when my son was a freshman in band, and he was like, "Mom, they don't have a coach, they need help." And so I get text messages literally in the middle of the week and say, "Can you come to practice?" "Okay, I'll be there, son." And what I do outside of this is volunteer. I'm actually partnered with my husband, Jared Calicate. You probably saw him off of the board. And I co-own Dos Alas Latin Coffee. When I'm not on the coffee truck, I actually also am the Chief Operating Officer of Navigate Construction and Restoration in Orlando. And we are a commercial and residential general contracting firm. So I am exceptionally busy and tapped. So in addition to those two responsibilities, in addition to my 3 kids, my husband, my mother-in-law, and all of the other stuff that we have craziness going on in our household, I donate at least 10 hours a week to Eustis High School, my personal time that I do not get paid for, to make sure that these students, these guys right here that you see in this picture, have a wonderful and exceptional experience like I did in my high school. So please think about that, because it's not just about asking for money, and I really don't, I hate doing that, even though I will do it. I'll go find the money. It's not a problem. Or I'll put in the money, right? Jared and I really do put our money where our mouth is when it comes to what we're passionate about. But how can we do that value exchange where it's really important? What can we do differently instead of ask for the money? How can we get connected differently? What else could we do that we're not thinking about? Lord knows I'm tapped as far as thinking stuff. What else could we do to get the resources that we need to make a difference in these lives? And that's all I got for you.
So how can we help Deanna? So do you want to go back to your slide with the 3 asks on it? So she is looking for feedback to address value drivers, financial resources, and community network. So,
There are grants to help people with these things?
Absolutely. There are grants, but as you can imagine, we're not the only community school that is going after these grants. And so we are sponsored, our main house that sponsors us is the Music Association of Eustis. Then next layer comes the Eustis High School Band, right? School funders. They built literally a nonprofit arm to support not only the Golden Panther Band, but everything, all the expenses that the high school or that we can't raise from that. They go out in the community and do that. So there are grants, but we're going beyond that, right? Grant writing takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of talent to do that. A lot of people don't realize that. They're like, oh, grant money's so easy. We're just gonna go out and get there. It is not that easy because there's a lot of people who are also clamoring for the same pot, honey pot. So I love that idea, but what else?
Question for you on the community network aspect of it. You probably already found this and probably already implemented it, but one of the things I would tap into is following up with every student that's currently in there and finding out what their parents do for a living. And then have, get those parents together and say, hey, we need volunteer help. You're right, it doesn't have to always be about money, but I think that's the first low-hanging fruit that you should look at, and then find what their talents are, and then have them think about the people that they know that could potentially, a lot of people know business owners that potentially could give financial backing that they can't give the volunteer time for. I think that would be a great way to start.
Thank you.
Financial resources. I think a great idea would be to make a competition of businesses, so pin them against each other. So, for instance, me as a realtor say, Brady, I pin you against this other realtor. She's going to donate 50, what are we going to donate? So
Yeah, like that.
In businesses, a lot of us are very competitive and we don't want to be on the bottom. So I think that would be a great idea to come up with some way to go off that. Or one other idea is ask these businesses to sponsor a child every year.
I kind of want to piggyback on the competition thing. I think that's great. Since you are such a arm and a support of the athletic department, maybe and people so easily sponsor and give to football teams and banners, baseball teams and banners everywhere, but you guys are really there to support them. So maybe having that competition aspect in working with the athletic booster clubs of doing a car wash or going after their sponsorships. If you're going to sponsor these guys, to sponsor us as well, you know, and do a dual sponsorship so that you can work with your athletic department and really capitalize on what people are already giving to. Thank you.
Okay. How many dollars do you need and how many dollars do you want?
Okay, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked that. Okay, this year we're working with -0. Literally, we are using last year's floor for our winter guard season. We're repurposing it. This year, our costumes that you see right here, this is us hustling at First Friday. Right here, you can see our guard members personally make all these little goodies. We sold glow sticks. If I eat one more chocolate, I might burst. I'm tired of the damn chocolates. I love them, but I'm tired of them, right? And we have every flavor, and we still have like oodles of boxes. So if you're a chocolate fiend, come see me and Mr. Flanner. We will get you a box of chocolate. For $60, $30 goes back to the band, okay, and back to us, okay? That was not a pitch. important clicker. So we do go and do that. We do have fees that cover our costumes this year for at least the winter guard season. So I think we raised $2,000 from those fees. And that all but covered all of our costumes, which you can actually see right there. Those are our costumes that we got. We need, let me just give you an example, because our needs is kind of relative, right? It depends on the show that we're trying to achieve every year. Honestly, if I were to quantify a number, I would say we need about $10,000 per year, right? And our floor, this floor that you see here, this black floor, they can get as crazy as you can imagine because it is a theatrical production. And there also are props that go with the theatrical production, especially when we get competitive. If you all have been to a high school game, you might see Mount Dora and their big chief head, right? Tanya over there at their color guard puts in a lot of time with her team and her band director to create all of that on her time as well. She also has a full-time job. And so plug to Tanya, thank you so much for your support in revamping our program here at Eustis. But you can see that this costs money. Our floor can easily cost $3,000 for our size, and that's just the floor. And then if we're gonna get new silks, if we need to revamp our rifles, if we have sabers, if we tape them, it does cost money. And then I'm not even talking about transportation as well. Transportation is also expensive. I do a lot of carpool. I know my mamas, my roadies, that's what I call them. My team of roadies, they transport a lot as well. And so that's a lot of time and talent that they give as well. So I would say to directly to answer your question, minimum of $10,000 a year. And that's the year. So that's our two seasons.
The whole year.
The whole year, that's right.
So, okay, so two things that come to mind. We had on one of our installation dinners, we had the Claremont guards come and do the presentation, and it was beautiful. It was just a great moment. We all really appreciated that. So to reach out to all, send out letters to everybody and have parents, us, whatever, come help write these letters to all the companies and people and say, hey, we're here to do this for you. Do you have something special coming up this year? We would love to be a part of it, and we will take donations, or you can flat out say, these are the different levels, that if you would be willing to donate, and then you're doing something for them, they're doing something for you. And the other thing is, like, a lot of our companies, when we do things, we ask for sponsorships. So, and in return for advertisement, and you said not advertisement, but hey, we need clothes, and if you would, do that, maybe we'll put up a banner celebrating you guys also, something that give and take, because that's what it seems like to me like you're looking for, right?
Right, definitely looking for give and take. I love the sponsorship idea, I really do. But let's be real here. I'm an entrepreneur. I've had
had multiple businesses. I owned a bodega, I owned a coffee shop, I'm a partner in a construction company. I am sponsored to death, right? Literally, and I'm not being facetious about that. And I love those ideas. But what else can we do? Let's go beyond that, right? What else can we do? How can we provide value? But I can tell you about my guard team, because of our makeup, and this is also really important here, a lot of them have a lot of skills that they bring to the table. What can we really exchange, right? Can we offer a high school leadership exchange? Can we offer a presentation? Can we invite the band to come do a vignette for you at one of your events, right? And you can sponsor us that way, basically paying if you were having musicians. Would you like a presentation of the color guard? We can do part of our show. What else can we do besides a traditional sponsorship? Because that's one thing that I find is that we have to come back every single year and ask the same question. Will you sponsor us? And the question is, well, you should have come to me earlier because I already did the baseball team, or I already did the football team, or I already did this. What else can we do to exchange besides traditional advertising?
My turn. I'm Kimberly with Classy Academy. This is Amanda. She didn't want to stand up and introduce at the beginning because I'm bringing out. Does any of your boosters sponsor a Christmas tree tent? Teach your kids to sell pre-Christmas trees. Makes a lot of money. However, you have to get started a long time before the Christmas tree cuttings. But the Christmas tree tent is getting paid and you're making your money off of there. And I don't know if this farm does pre-sales or if they would work with the high school, but there's a tiny tree farm in it's close by on like off 19, but it sells and teach your kids to sell. Put your kids in to do the work. And then the other thing too is a bowling tournament. Does your school have a bowling team?
We do.
You can, they already bowled there. Lakeside Lanes is very friendly, and maybe your booster can hold a tournament and your bowlers, I bowled against your bowlers, they're excellent. Okay, so get other places outside of color guard to break up the monotony for your kids, because they want to do other stuff outside of what their regular is and make money at that. Sell 50-50 tickets, whatever you can do. There's a couple of ideas. And driver's ed. Let's team up with driver's ed and Eustis High School. We'll figure something out. I'll give driving lessons away. If I
will pay you right now. I have a 15-year-old. It's going to help you. That's got to help
your other parents.
Yes. I think we have one, or where do they have it? Hi.
Me? Okay. As a long-time Eustis High School proponent, I taught there for 20-some years. My organization was in the same position. We were not the athletic arm of the school. We were the business arm of the school. And it was like, how do we raise money? And my thing was, with our talents, with the skill set that these students have already, minimal effort, maximum profit was my idea. I didn't like to go into products because, there was always the loss of product, etc. So we did a talent show every year at the school. Now, I don't know if anybody has taken that over, but that was our big money maker of the year, and it sent kids to the state competition. If you can get your principal on board, and quality talent, and it doesn't take anything. It costs you nothing to put that on at the school venue for the school population. Now you can take it one step further, and you can take it to the band shell in Eustis. And you could have that competition go there. You could also look at at doing, and we were thinking about doing it also, doing a jazz band competition with the local schools. Again, there will be sponsorship possibilities available with that. But I'm talking about the least amount of effort for the most amount of output revenue, and they are the key to that, because you can set up those kinds of things with electronically. They don't have to be anywhere. They don't really have to sell anything. But you know, if you can make $2,000 at a high school talent show, I say go for it. And all
I'm
your
calling
talents,
Mr. Clark.
Yeah, Mr. Clark, tell him it's my idea.
I get kudos from your view, so I'm like,
yeah. So I think moving it, using the skills and talents that they have, using it, utilizing the high school as your customer base, and then also moving to the band shell and doing an event there, and you would find a lot of community support for that.
That's great. Thank you so much.
I'd love to add on what Marie had to share. As a musician myself, the kids are performers. They should be performing in the community. We should have arts in the community. The community should be supporting that. So either if it's through private events, in the park, there's several venues, and the performers, they should get paid for that.
Yes.
Hi, Byron, eSports Photo. Several brief ideas. The first, here in Eustis, every March, and it is coming up real soon, Busker Fest. It is exactly what she just mentioned. It is performers in the park. It is scheduled, and 99% sure people can at least get tips. But there's thousands of dollars in prize money for Busker Fest. So you get the exposure of the park. It's super local, and it's all through the city of Eustis, the tourism park. The second idea that I just thought of is the Amazing Race for Charity. It is a huge charity event in Eustis. It's coming up in a month. It is all set for this year, 2024. The Amazing Race for Charity has given out over $250,000 to absolutely local nonprofits, including Eustis band parents in the past. So they're very familiar with how that works. And what it is, the volunteers for the race day are the recipients of the funds that the race raises. So when you start to see the Amazing Race for Charity 2025 come around, that would be something to look into, because on race day, you come out and support the race and do whatever. And that's how that works. And then the third one, super briefly, this is something that my high school a million years ago did with our dance team. They created a summer camp. So they realized that the girls on the dance, it was all girls back then, it was 1900s, but all the girls on the dance team, all the girls on the dance team created summer camp, and then smaller people in the community would want to come to summer camp and use the talents that they had in dance to be able to create that experience for everyone. And then basically the parents were paying for summer camp, which didn't necessarily have a huge output of expense to put that on, because you're using existing equipment and existing talent. And it was kind of their fundraiser during the summer, so that when fall came around, they had some funds to be able to do that. Just a couple ideas.
Cassandra Dana with MVP. Pleased to see you again. I know I'm not speaking to the right room, but as an entrepreneur, there are things, so many hats that I wear that I know that we all wear in our small businesses. There are projects that I know that I need to get done that I can't seem to find the time to do it. That possibly partnering with your children, your kids, as you call them, to tap into maybe their hidden talents. They could be advertising a new product. It could be coming out and doing some landscaping. Whatever your business needs, think about how you can utilize these children to give them exposure in the business world in the different industries that we are in, and we give back with our time, our finances for that exchange.
That's actually a really good one, because you'd be surprised how talented these guys are. Literally, I support them. They run practice themselves, and we do that as a leadership growing opportunity for them. So my captains are Eva and Aaron here, and they break down and set up. So if you have an event and you need breakdown and set up, we will come and break down and set up, right? You need trash, we'll throw out all the trash, right? Absolutely, we'll do all those things.
So I'm a Rotarian, and in June we have our installation banquet, and I call you on the phone and I say, okay,
what are you going to offer me in the way of performance? Do you have it written out and prices and times and all that stuff?
I will today. Give me about 30 minutes and another cup of coffee. And
So what would a normal, it would be 30 minutes or 15 minutes?
So our performance for our time here for our winter guard is about 3.5 minutes. We get in and get out in 7 minutes. So we can break down, we can set up and break down within 7 minutes.
So what would you charge me to do your performance?
Minimum $500.
How much?
$500.
$500. Okay, great.
I should have, but I want to be competitive because I want to drive market value, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I want to teach them to be entrepreneurial. I love your idea of getting out in the community because we're teaching skills. And not only the skills that we're teaching them in guard, but I want them to be transferable when they go out into the world.
I was just gonna say, don't underestimate spirit nights when it comes to things like Chick-fil-A and Sunny's. People have to eat anyway, and a lot of times they would rather give their money to the food, and I don't know why, but that's just the way people are. So just don't underestimate those, because we have raised quite a few thousand for mission trips and camps and things of that nature.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Hi. So, kind of piggybacking off of both of your ideas. So she mentioned the talent show idea. My daughter's dance team did a lip sync battle, so that requires a little less, organization. So anyone can kind of do the lip sync, and you can maybe invite businesses, and your team can host it and collect like a fee, and maybe the businesses have to pay to be in it. Maybe the winner gets like a prize or something. And then the other thing is you were talking about the projects that people need help with. Well, I'm a professional organizer, and one of the things that I would like to do eventually is maybe monthly, once I'm able to do it, organize like one community person, someone in the community to help them with cleanup, like if they're having trouble like getting their house or their yard cleaned, and like getting it cleaned out for them, and if yard work, anything, maybe we can organize with the community, other businesses can reach in their skills to help. And I don't know how to make money off that, but if anyone else has any.
Is it me? Okay. Actually, I'd like to piggyback off of that. I had a whole list of questions, but you're right. These kids, they're young, they're good laborers, right down. So like someone like myself, if I was to do something down at Eustis Street Fest or whatever it is and needs the tent or help, X amount of donations will go there. It doesn't have to be a lot or whatnot. Does the Winter Guard have a Facebook page?
We have a Instagram page. So you'll find us, it's Golden Panther Auxiliary, and you'll see it's a student-run account, because we can't technically have an account sponsored by Lake County. So you will see that we put out information about our shows when we're featured by FFCC, which is the Florida Federation of Color Guards. That's our competitive circuit that we work on. Yeah, we're on there, absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, I'm on Instagram, and as many videos that I make, Facebook is like my go-to. I guess on that page, but because you get like a lot of people here are on Facebook as to Instagram. Am I right? A lot of you guys, especially the older guys. Now, the band money is everybody's saying band, but I know you guys are an auxiliary of the band. Do you guys get to share their booster money that they've raised?
Yes, so they allocate some funds to us. Because there wasn't necessarily a director previously, we were not, I want to make sure I'm very careful on how I articulate this, because our director and our leadership board on the band is incredibly supportive. They 100% care about us, but there wasn't anybody to lead the charge, right? There wasn't anybody to say, hey, we need X, Y, and Z, and now we do. So right now, this is a revamp and a rebuild of what we're doing now, because before it was like, oh, you need flags, students, you handle this, and we use what we have existing. But now I'm here, and I'm gonna stay, because I have 3 kids, and I'll probably go all through Eustis, and probably be the auxiliary director for quite a bit of time, revamping the program to where it needs to be and where it should be, comparatively to our laterals, which is like Tiberides and Mountain Road High School. And we have the capacity to do it, but now we need the resources to help us get there.
Okay. And last question, sorry guys. Sponsorship. So we have a sponsorship with Train. We did Outdoor High School billboards, the Eustis billboards. We're in the gym and everything else. The bus or the trailer that the Panther band runs through, I've seen things in the past where if they're affiliated with different businesses or they donate, they put things on the back of the trailer or so. I know the Winter Guard probably doesn't have their own trailer or bus.
We don't, but if you want to sponsor one, that was not a pitch.
No, but for us,
We will make it all on you.
when we're dealing with co-op money, they give us X amount of dollars every year, and we have to allocate that accordingly. Of course, we've already allocated X amount, but they just want to see their name and their business name on the back of a trailer or something. So I don't know if the band has that. Does the band have?
We do have that. We have opportunities to be more thoughtful about how we advertise on our trailers. That's an opportunity for us, absolutely. We could have an opportunity, what I'm hearing you say, if I'm correct, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is that we have opportunities for sponsorship for our floor. So you saw, it's away, but our floor, we would announce that at every FCC competition, which is actually statewide. We go all over for those, and it could be the Duckman floor, sponsored by whoever, and you would purchase the floor for us.
Okay, I would pay for that with our co-op because they're giving us money anyway. So if we don't use it, we lose it. So.
Right. Well, we'll happily use it for you.
I have one more comment. Can you put that picture back up with the team?
Yes, we
Okay. I don't know if any of you recognize that we're at breakfast this morning.
Yes.
Ah, very good. I would say Aaron Cross should be your poster child
so wonderful.
for the program. He could be your front man. He is so articulate, just a nice young man, and if everybody knew his background, they would just be astounded. But he's a mover and a shaker, and he has that business mindset. So I'm thinking, again, as far as fundraisers and things, I would definitely use Aaron. Aaron is our youth awardee for the Community Service Awards, and hopefully he'll be going on to the county level for that. So wish him luck, and I think you got a golden child right there.
Actually, everybody on this, I love Aaron, believe me, he's one of my captains, he's fabulous. Eva's right in the front, she's captain. Every one of these guys on this team, literally every single one of them, you're gonna see their faces because they're all going somewhere. And I hope and pray that one day they're in this room, right, with me pitching, not pitching, asking questions connected to the community, right? And giving back to their community because they get it, they understand, and they know. Actually, I told them they were so excited I was coming to talk to you guys about us and to ask for our help and to really revamp the program because you really should see them at competition. They are so excited to support other teams, and other teams are so excited to support us and to see us grow. And we know where we're going. We just need a little bit of help getting there. So thank you so much for your work.
We got two more. We're gonna have to wrap it up though, because we want to respect everybody's time. Monty had to step out of the meeting, but one thought he had that I was having at the same time is get with the city and be at events. Habitat for Humanity, every time they do a house dedication, you may have to scale back the amount, but if you're there for a time, be there. Board of Realtors has all sorts of events. You can be the opening entertainment. If there's like 5Ks, or like Mount Dora does a 5K, you don't want to step on their toes, but be there as the opening to those events with the county. Be at openings, be involved in all of those different things. Because I've been on your side of the table, it's not fun, but you're going somewhere that nobody else has really thought of. So if you're the face, team up with a band, they do the color guard, you have a little bit of music, and that might get you in a little bit. You know, you do 10 events for $250 a piece, you got a quarter of your budget.
I think you guys got a lot of great feedback. And just to piggyback off what Jim was just saying on events, talk to Miranda at the City of Eustis and First Fridays, the first Friday of every month. You know, we have SOAR there. She's doing, you know, her thing, the aerial thing. She probably give you a space and put a little tip thing out. But I think it brings the community awareness more than just the tips. that's how you're going to get connected to the community. But overall, I think you did a great presentation, and in closing, just what one thing could we do as a community to help you, better help you?
The one thing that you can do that would better help us is to serve as a bridge to the connections to help us to get where we're going. I can't stress enough, finances are a big deal. It is, right? We need money to get where we're going. But your connections and your advice and your feedback, that last slide that I had is that your feedback matters, it really does. And so today I know when I walked in and I met a couple people, I said, who can you connect me to that would help me reach my next step, right? Sometimes it's roadies, and we need a whole ragtag band of volunteers, right? Sometimes we need people who are artistic. It's not just about the money. We're looking for connections. And the more that we're connected, the more our cups will be filled, literally, with all the other needs that we have. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you, Deanna, for your presentation this morning. And I'm going to now hand it over to John.
You're going to defer to me?
I'm going to defer to you. Now is the time.
There's a very special gentleman in this room today. He's probably the only one that has perfect attendance since one main question for. But he's having a birthday today. So Daniel, if you would stand up over there. We're going to start. Since one of my hidden activities is singing, I volunteered to lead the sing. We're going to start right here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daniel. Happy birthday to
Thank you, John, for leading us. Happy birthday, Daniel. Everybody, thank you for singing. Okay, community announcements. Who's got community announcements?
I have.
John's got some.
I have.
Okay, John.
We have our CEO exchange is full. We have 15 members, so I'm excited about that. We had our first meeting on February 27th. It was awesome. We have Catholic coming this month. We have a couple of visitors, and we're going to be rocking and rolling. Profitable growth.
Great, thanks. Maureen, is you ready?
Yes, we had to reschedule our chili cook-off for New George Fest, it was a rain out. So it's rescheduled for March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. It will be in Farron Park. The tasting will begin at 2. They will be cooking all morning. And at 12, we will have some children's activities set up. We'll have a bounce house, we'll have some other activities. Music, we'll have Irish and Celtic music going on. Our libation station will be open. And if anything, after this morning, you all know that we do donate our tips to our local nonprofit groups. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot. And everything helps those organizations. So if you're interested, come on down, spend the day, bring the kids. It's kind of low key. The park's also at the end of the open area where they will be cooking. So it is an event. Also, All American Construction Services is the sponsor of this event. His cohort there, Craig. So come on down, check it out. Those of you that were at the breakfast this morning know that we are not just our business community, but we are community oriented, and we want to see our people there. Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Oh, I just wanted to say we have some celebrities in the house. Kyle and George both won Community Service Awards this morning.
Margaret's got something else.
One last announcement. The Young Professionals for Chamber of Commerce will be holding their second event right here on Friday the 15th. We will have Jamie Miller as our speaker, and that will be 5:30 to 7 p.m. on Friday.
ride at 50.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, I know Monty asked me to do this last week, and one day he's gonna be here to talk about this, so he knows more about it. But also through the Kaufman Foundation, they have the Fast Track program, which I believe, Pam, if you know, it is a 10-week program. Here, you guys want to.
Yeah, well,
Ellen, talk about it.
So the fast track is for, if you have an idea for a business or you're in business, it's a 10-week program. It's 3 hours every week. So it is a commitment. The idea is within this time frame for you to be educated each week with experts in from starting a business, running a business, loan packaging, how to do a business plan, executive summaries, everything you're going to need to grow your business. It's free. And the lead team is doing it here. I do it in
And just as a reminder, Fast Track and 1MC are both Kaufman Foundation programs. So again, this is to help new businesses succeed where normal time when they fail.
Just real quick, Realtors Association of Lake and Sumter is doing a cereal drive for Lake Harris Food Pantry. First National Bank is one of the drop-off locations. I won't be here next week, but for the rest of March, if you have cereal boxes you want to go to Lake Harris, I'll take them from here, save you a trip.
Great, thanks. Other announcements? Yes.
I mentioned it briefly, but Amazing Race for Charity now in its 10th year. How many people have actually participated as a volunteer or been in the race before? Okay, so about a quarter to a third of the room. You are the evangelist to tell the great times that you had during that. April 6th, Saturday morning, 5 miles, 20 crazy challenges along the way, teams of exactly 2 people. All the details are on the website. Still looking for racers, and we call them racers, not runners. You race at your own pace, and volunteers. All can register right on the website. Tons of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Great team building.
Amazing Race for Charity.
RaisingRaceForCharity.com is the website. Okay, any others?
Easter Seal Camp Challenge has their yearly fashion show fundraiser over there at on Friday, March the 8th. At the mall at Millennium. If you guys don't have to buy a ticket for $300, but you can definitely go to the mall at Millennium around noontime and see the whole show right there up on the balcony. So I think it's their 20th year. So Easter Seal Camp Challenge right there in Sorrento on Friday.
All right, then I know my challenge for everybody here is, you know, Winnie and I generally run these meetings. Bring a friend next week. Everybody needs to show up. Bring a friend. Let's make every week a new attendance friend.
And we have one other announcement.
Toastmasters Club chartering Monday, 5 p.m. at the Chamber.
Any other announcements?
And if they want to sign up, we got signers.
Sign up sheet for Toastmasters. Okay, so come see Alan to sign up for Toastmasters. All right, great. Well, we're gonna do a group picture. If everybody wants to come on down here and draw. We have a drawing. Sorry, I forgot the drawing. Do you want to pick the? Who wants to pick the? Okay. Yeah. Sorry. John was coming towards you.
Physical therapy, body recap.
John, Tico's name.
Okay, if everybody wants to come in, John's our winner. Something from the table. And then everybody come on up, we're gonna do a group picture. So come on up. Everybody come on up. Margaret, are you taking the picture? Okay, you look like you were getting in a position to take the picture.
Anybody lose a pair of glasses?
Everybody think thin. Think thin, squeeze, got room in the front here. And then, the index finger up too. The index finger.
Guys,
Index finger.
index finger. Guys, I was remiss, or we were remiss in not letting you know that Brittany is also a community service coordinator. I'm sitting there looking at the back of her head the whole time, and I'm like, oh no. Thank you, Brittany,
I went to wish it had more moderately fast casual health options. I always default to those kind of places. If I need something quick and comforting, I would go to Chipotle, C1 Flex, a bowl with guac rice, black beans, something that is quick and easy and it's not super expensive, but also flavorful and healthy.
Something called Green Fresh or Goat Fresh, something fresh. You go in, it's like one green, two sides, and meat. So it's like, you got spinach, maybe some kind of beans, like chicken or beef or pork or, whatever, like vegetarian. That's it. Something fresh. Yeah.
How'd it go? Did it go well? Oh, you got through it? It's not my primary like search engine, so that's why. Yeah. I figured you were the best option.
Yeah. Someone else come look at
I gotta pack up quickly and jet to the building.
No, I was in early. I had a meeting downstairs, now I gotta run to the building. I'm busy like you. Sounds about right, yeah. But
Oh, we're still live.